Yogi! Your life points are going down fast. My ultimate great mod is going to obliterate you.
Alright. Never again. Sorry. Just had to do that. Just had to do that. For no reason. Just a Weevil impression. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, guys. I am going to show you my Dark World deck. I've seen some people ask for it, and since the deck has just come out, I figured why not. So here is my build. Now, just to quickly introduce this is going to be a, quote, advanced Dark World deck discussion, rather, or deck profile, so I'm not going to tell you what the effects do. You should pretty much know what they do. But I'm just going to explain to you why I chose some things, and how I sort of went about doing this. So, anyway, let's just briefly introduce the monsters. Basically, there's this thing in any Dark World deck, no matter, because this is one of those decks you can build 50 different ways, but almost all of them have the same 12 cards, and that is going to be the 3 Bros, the 3 Graphas, the 3 Snows, and the 3 Gates. Sometimes people run 2 or 1 Bro, but that's just some OCG guy going, whatever. But yeah, you should run 3 Bro. So anyway, what have I done differently? Well, for one thing, you should notice the 2 Beaches. I use them, again, I've explained this in my previous videos, but in case you didn't watch them, they are for getting multiple Graphas out in one turn. Because if you don't have Beige, or any monster that can special summon, you will only be limited to summoning 1 Grapha per turn without the use of Monster Reborn, and we want more consistency than just relying on the Monster Reborn. So what you can do is normal summon Beige, bounce to hand, special summon it with Gate or Dragged or whatever, and then get your second Grapha. So that is just great. And it's a beefy 1900 under Gate, crashes into Thunder King if you really needed to, stuff like that. So it's a good card. What else? Oh yeah, I'm not running Gold or Silva. The Beiges are good because, sometimes you'll be playing late game where you're just top decking and you're looking for a monster, and when you draw the goal, it's like, well, fuck, I can't discard it, so it's just sitting in my hand. Beige is there because, although you don't get that second effect, you can normal summon it, which is, in my opinion, way better, because even though you should not be getting that second effect very often, the only times you should is if your opponent is in game 1 and your opponent is running dealings, which, believe me, good Dark World players will not dealings you until they know that you are not running Dark Worlds, and if they do, then they are taking a risk and they deserve to lose. And anyway, you have plenty of targets to plus off their dealings with the Bros and the Graphas and the Snows, so there you go. Tour Guides, again, if you don't know why, but you need this is staple in pretty much any Dark World build, other than like some anti-meta skill drain thing, but the only people who use that are the people who are too poor to afford the Tour Guides. I'm just gonna say it. What does this do? Well, this thing it's basically a toolbox for fucking any rank 3 you need. So many rank 3s. Levier, Leviathan, Zen Mines, Acid Golem, all at your disposal, and that is just too good. Now, what do? Levier is the most common one, and the one that you should be using mid to late game because it just promotes pluses up the butt. I'll just go through it, what you can do. Say you removed your play for this with Gate last turn, so I'll just go slowly to show you maybe like some annotations to show you exactly what happens. You summon Tour Guide, you bring back a Bro from your deck, special summon it rather, and you make Levier. No card advantage has been gained, you just, you turn this and this into 1 from the 1 Tour Guide, so again, we're still at breaking even. We now special summon this, that's a +1. We bounce this thing to our hand, that's a +2. We now have a Grapha on board and this in our hand. We now use this for Gate, draw 1, +3, and then you get the effect, but whatever. Let's just assume that Gate breaks even. We'll say that Gate is a -1, and then the effect you get from Gate is a +. So again, that's a +3, by the way. You get the Grapha, you get this thing in hand, the search from it, and draw from Gate. So yeah, again, from just 1 Tour Guide, you now have a Levier, a Grapha, and plenty of card advantage. Amazing. What else can this do? Well, the thing is, the beauty of Tour Guide is it's absolutely never dead. Early game, you can use it to bring Sangan in defense, and say you don't have Dark Worlds in your hand, you can use Sangan to fetch a Bro, or if you already have Dark Worlds, you can get another Tour Guide, basically. But what you can do with it, say it's early game and you have a Dark World in this case, instead of bringing Sangan, you go for Brow, you make Leviathan, and you dump 1 Fiend in the grave, and now you are ready to start Gate going. So yeah. And then what if it's late game, and what if they have a Trishula, and you were in a tight position? Well, you have Acid Golem. It's a 3000 beater with some drawbacks, but again, it gets over Trishula. And let's say you're losing or you need some defense, then you can make Zen Mines, and yeah, I'm just a tour guide just does so much, and you would be an idiot not to run it if you have the financial resources, so to speak, to get it. So yeah, Sangan again, you have to run it. It's just with tour guide, and it's freaking Sangan, man. Fabled Raven, I'm running one because it's a Sangan search, which is amazing, and two, it gets around Naturia Beast and Naturia Bamboo Shoot, which will pretty much win if they get it turn 1, because they cut off all of these bastards. So if you have a Sangan or this, these are basically these 5 cards here are your outs to the Naturias basically. But yeah, it can get you. It can dump Graphas, but the main thing you can do is in the plant matchup where Raven gets really interesting. Raven, dump the Beige. Raven's level goes up to 3. Beige is 4. 4 plus 3 is 7, and you make Dark Highlander. What Dark Highlander is it's basically an Archlord Christia for Dark Worlds, except it only stops synchro summons, not all special summons. But that's still extremely powerful because you basically cut off all their glow up bulb, their spores, all of the Tengus, they can't do anything basically except making rank 3s with the tour guys that they draw, and even then they can only do that pretty much twice. So yeah, Highlander, amazing. Cut it off, win the plant matchup, win the fabled matchup. Think about it. What can plants do to stop this thing? And like, say they've already used Dark Hole or whatever. Say they have a Dark Hole. Their only outs are Dark Hole, their Book of Moon if they have it, Chaos Sorcerer if they run Chaos, Blackluster Soldier. Again, it's pretty rare that they will draw when you have Highlander. And if they have BLS, well then that's just unfortunate because the card is stupid anyway. And what else is there that they can have? Yeah, there's not much. Maybe like 4 or 5 outs, some various traps here and there. But yeah. Highlander is boss, and he will win you the plant matchup in pretty much against any synchro reliant deck, which is pretty much most of them. So anyway, what else can you do? Oh, Ancient Fairy Dragon. Just want to go over this. This is also another alternate. Say you're in the mirror match and they have their own gate. You can bring Ancient Fairy Dragon, pop their gate, gain 1,000, and then search for your own. So that's also cool. Again, this thing, I've explained this in my Pulsar video. You basically, if you have the option and you can no TK, then go for it. Use him. He's pretty boss too, but I haven't used him much. So anyway, what have I done with the spells? I'll go for this is more of a hand control variant where I go with Dragged and the Mind Crushes and the Dust Shoot. Again, very powerful cards. They rip apart their hand pretty well. So my logic is I replace the upstarts, or I replace the Psalms with upstarts. My logic is if I can get to my hand control cards, like all I need is 1 Dragged and 1 Mind Crush. If I can do that, then I won't even need the Solemns.
Yeah, well, I've actually, now that I think of it, I've been thinking about putting Judgment back in because it's just an all-around good card, but, you know, we'll see. I mean, I'm still making adjustments, and we shall see, pretty much, because, I couldn't really compare my build to the ones that topped Columbus, because, as you can see, none of them really did, but, again, it's not because the deck is bad. I think well, I'll just go into this quickly, because it has to be said, because no Dark Worlds made top 32 in Columbus, but my logic was that, you know, the deck was only out for a week. Not many people experimented, and from what I saw, a lot of people were running the baddies known as, spelled that wrong, Gold and Silva. As I've already stated before, I don't like them at all, and yeah, I would estimate from the Konami report, it stated that about 10% of the field, which is about 100 people, ran Dark Worlds, and I can tell you right now confidently that at least more than 50, 60, probably even 70 of them ran, as I like to call them, Scrub Worlds, which basically involves this and 3 dealings, and, you know, that's all I'm going to say as far. But anyway, back to the deck. Upstarts are good because I like them. Because I've seen some other Dark World builds. Instead of upstarts, they run Reckless Greed, which is also solid. You can try that if you want. I just like this because it's never dead, you know. Like late game, you draw upstart, you can draw, and you can still make a play. So like I've had a lot of plays where it's like, fuck, I'm gonna lose. I draw upstart, and I'm desperately looking for a monster. Then I use upstart and I get snow, and it's like, GG, I win. But you know, you can't really do that with Reckless or with, say, a Solemn Warning or a Solemn Judgment. If you draw those, it's pretty much over because they're dead. So anyway. As for the hand control variant, as I already said, you run Dragged, you see their hand, and then when they draw, you use Mind Crush, so you know exactly what they have, and you basically pick apart their power cards. Again, that's the sort of build I'm running. You use these, same logic. You use this, sacrifice Grava or a Snow under Gate, which is 2,000 attack, which you've also seen in my previous video if you watched it. Awesome play. And yeah, every turn, it's beauty. Even if they don't even if you blindly virus them without knowing their hand, you can use the advantage to see, like, say when they draw, they have to reveal a card, and say the card they draw is something like Monster Reborn. Well, if you have Mind Crush set, then it's pretty much over, or not over, but basically you Mind Crush with the Virus card lets you pretty much turn that into sort of a drastic drop off where you immediately discard whatever they draw before they can even touch you, which is nice. Dust Shoot, obviously, I would consider Dust Shoot the only staple trap in the game right now. I mean, that's why I'm not running Solemns or anything. Torrential, well, some people don't like Torrential, but yeah, Dust Shoot has to be without a doubt a staple in this format, and pretty much any format with Heavy Storm. It's too good. What else is there? Allure again. Some people might not like Allure because I only have 15 targets, but again, Allure, remove a Dark World, summon Tour Guide, make Leviair, special summon that. Awesomeness. Awesome sauce. And yeah, I don't think there really is anything else to be said. The side deck is meh, it's pending, don't even look at it. It's kind of extra deck is pretty much set in stone. The only you should be noticed is this is an OCG card, and yeah, when it comes out it's pretty good. I mean, some people might not like it, but you have to know it's a 3000 beater that you can make with any Tour Guide, so it's awesome. So that's pretty good. And yeah, what else is there? You should run Torrential no matter what build. I mean, I love it. It saved me so many times in the plant matchup whenever I ladder. But again, also Dark Smog. I should quickly talk about this fast. I think you could main one, but again, I made this deck before Dark Smog came out, so it's up to you. Figure out how you like it. Eventually, I think it should be mained at one because plants are kind of everywhere. So and it's good against plants, which is nice. But again, I don't know. It's an okay card. I think it's better side, maybe one main, but it's sort of like a meta call. It's up to you. And yeah, I think that pretty much covers my Dark Worlds. Oh, just one more thing. Don't want to brag or anything, but I did get accepted as a moderator on Dueling Network. So if you have any ruling questions, feel free to post them in the YouTube comment section below. Yeah, because I like helping people with rulings, and if you have anything, then I'd be happy to answer all of them in a future video or something along those lines. Also, one last update thing, Pulsar FTK no longer works. Yeah, I'll make another video about that. But yeah, thanks for watching, and subscribe and all that crap.